Greetings, fellow slingers. Back in the rage room with your trusted GM, Brian. I don't want to keep you from the meat and potatoes of the show, so I'll try to keep it short. It seems like the show is starting to finally generate some traction. People are finding out about us, and you want to know why? Because of listeners like you. Leaving the 5-star reviews and telling your friends, that's what it's all about. And so is the hokey pokey, I've been told. And it would seem that we have a fan page on Facebook as well, created by a good friend of the show and fellow Hard Slinger, Eric Kent. It's called Hard 20. Be sure to check it out. Well, that's about all I got for now, so warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents our Carrion Crown Run-Through, Episode 20, The Workshop Detail.
Too, because it keeps getting warm during the day and cold at night. My sinuses are fucked. Yeah. I'm just tired, but I'm also a new dad, so I think that's just par for the course.
Well, I think it's also a change in the weather. It's raining a couple days, and then it's not.
Whenever the weather changes, it always fucks me up.
I know the weather's fucking with me.
The baby's been better, but at night it's like maybe 1 o'clock I can finally go to bed.
1 o'clock, fuck that.
And get up at 6 for work.
Damn you, baby.
Yeah, because it's just like he'll be asleep, but as soon as I put him down, I'll go like walk away. 2 minutes later,
just fucking with you.
Totally.
Come back.
Come back,
motherfucker.
Do you wear like the fake boobs so you could pretend to breastfeed?
No, like when he starts getting super fussy, I'll just give him a knuckle or my thumb. I'll suck on
knuckle
that.
it.
Suck on that.
Jesus. Well, we're not a family podcast.
I thought we were. We're family friendly. This is educational. Look, I separated all my dice, and I'll still fuck them all up.
Racist. And you still got that big knobby one, too. Things. Oh, yeah, that's what.
20.
Whatever.
2.
2 again. Are we ready? Greetings, fellow slingers, and welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Episode 20 of our Carrion Crown Run-Through. I'm your trusted GM, Brian, and with me are the Hard Slingers.
Not so trusty.
Does everyone know what time it is?
Miller time?
Yeah.
It's business time again.
Voodoo time.
So I want to give a shout-out to good friend of the show and fellow Hard Slinger, Eric Kent. This guy's a beast, and he sent us not 1, not 2, but 3 plaques for the show.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Pass these babies around.
Oh, shit. Is he a woodsman? I don't know what the term is.
I don't know. Etcher? Well, these are
Etcher?
pretty cool.
Yeah, we got 2 that are wood burn ones.
Give a description of that. I don't know what the other one's made out of.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know, Eric, you're the handy guy. What's this made out of?
Well, it's like a plastic sign, basically. I think probably what it is some kind of acrylic plastic or something.
Yeah, acrylic probably. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it was either probably lasered or something, would be my guess. I'm not sure, unless it was done by hand, which is pretty cool. And it was some kind of like resin put on it to make it nice and shiny. But it's our Roll the Hard 20 podcast logo. Nice and big, like a nice 11 by 17 one. A little 8 by 10 here of a couple dice. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away, as they always do. And then the last one we got a little nice one to put up here outside the door so people don't bug us. Warning, rage room.
But that is, they're amazing. Thanks again, Eric.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you, Eric.
If you get a chance, well, we got to Skype you in somehow. So, last session. You guys tucked tail and hauled ass out of Harrowstone back to Kendra's house, where you witnessed a man concluding his business with her. The doctor and Irwin followed him and watched as he entered a large manor that you soon found out was the residence of the councilman Hearthmount. All of you then dove into the literature you found, discovering information about the Splatter Man. You also found out that Warden Hockran may have condoned the torture of some of the prisoners that were being interred at Harrowstone. And with this new information, Talos, you conceived a plan that required all of you to return to Harrowstone. Returning to the late warden's office, you laid the spirit board atop of his desk, producing the brass planchette. You closed your eyes and reached out with your mind in an attempt to contact the Lopper, hoping he might be able to tell you where to find the Splatter Man. But instead you were greeted by a woman's voice asking, "Are you the new guards of this prison?" And you replied,
An honest reply of no.
honest reply of no. So you see I once again reproduced the ground floor of the prison. You guys are over in
doors.
that over in that office down there.
Oh, do you have my character too?
Oh shit.
We're missing both Junior and
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Hey, where am I at? Bring my dog out.
I'm looking for him, damn it.
I'm looking. I'm a-looking and I'm a-liking. Bring my panther.
Well, I had assumed that you were all going to, or that the monk was going to die, so I didn't want to put him out there. So.
That's not cool.
Why you gotta get like that, Bo? So you heard the reply, and only you heard that reply, Talos.
Does she say anything after I respond?
Nope, she didn't say anything else.
That's it.
That's it.
I think we got a crossed wire.
Wiggle the board a little bit. Shake it. The board, not yourself.
No, I tried to reach out to the Lopper. I found a woman replied, and they asked if we were the new guards. I told her no. If she was a prisoner here, I don't think she'd take kindly to guards, and if we lied, I'm not sure that's going to work out well either.
So she didn't, no name, nothing like that?
Nothing. As soon as I told her no, she stopped responding.
Are we assuming the Lopper was a male?
I think so. Well, we have information, right?
We should have some information.
Yeah.
I mean, at least.
I'm pretty sure it's a guy.
Yeah.
I put a check next to all the ones that you have already looked at,
You know, I got
and he was one of the ones that you guys did
Yeah. So
discover. You
we
know that
he was
he is a
He
male.
is a he.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all
He is a he.
males, I
Yeah.
believe.
I think so.
Father was really a sister.
Because that's the only one we've defeated so far, right?
The Marauder.
Marauder, yeah.
The Marauder.
Marauder's the only one that we.
As you guys are going through, trying to ascertain who this person is, this entity, you notice that the brass planchette starts to vibrate
No,
on the desk.
I put my hands on it to see if it guides me anywhere.
It just does a large circle, and then you hear in your mind, "If you are not the prison guards, then what business do you have in Harrowstone?"
We have come here to stop the hauntings. We want to, specifically, we want to kill again the Splatter Man.
You need to find me. You need to come to me. I may be able to help.
Where are you?
I'm in the workshop. Is where I was left when the prison caught fire.
Is there a general direction? Is that east, west, north?
I don't know. I'm pinned under something.
Okay, we'll come find you.
It's been so long. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
I just imagine this all going
Rapid
on
fire.
the board.
Trying to buy a
Yeah.
vowel.
So, well, I don't know yet. Is she still just talking to you?
I guess she's just
talking to you.
talking to me.
You're the only one that's touching the flechette.
There's someone stuck here. Well, they were stuck here. I assume they're dead now if I'm able to hear them. But their body was pinned underneath some rubble or something of the like. They don't know exactly where they are, but they were in, I believe they said the workshop.
Workshop. Did you get her name?
No.
Well, the east part of the east wall collapsed. Maybe the workshop's over that way.
Yeah, perhaps. And it's also, we haven't explored it. We probably would have ran into the workshop. We went pretty far. Actually, no, we did go pretty far. We went east, actually, right?
Because where was the hellhole at? That was on the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did explore east a lot. We would have seen the workshop, wouldn't we?
Because what was that room like? Did it look like a workshop, or we don't know?
We don't know
everything's
because
so
we didn't
old.
walk. We didn't walk that far deep into it.
Well, there was one door that we saw off to the north.
Well, that was a training room where the hole was in the ground. There had practice dummies and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that were in there.
So the workshop's got to be over that way. So let's go back to.
Let's go back, hopefully, to that door we saw that exits towards the north of the room we were in before is near the workshop. Okay, we're gonna go back. Go back the other way.
So you're gonna go back. So show me on. Well, actually, show me on the larger map where you're gonna go.
There we go. It took me 2 tries to cast mage armor.
Okay.
Back through the auditorium, right?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
go
go
back.
You're gonna go back into that area where the
Are we gonna go through this?
auditorium.
I think we have to.
Yeah, that's
That's where the spirit is. But
that's where the spirit is.
did we ever open this door?
Yeah,
cool.
that one left us
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
It
where
let us. That's where we found all of the.
artifacts.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like the. What
Do we want
call
to try
that?
going through this way?
We haven't tried that way. We haven't explored any of
Because
this.
I know it's a different path, but we've already also we
No.
know what's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try going another way if you guys are open to it.
Yeah,
Going north and then going.
let's just go straight up and out. This right here.
Okay.
Just go straight
Right
north.
down the gut of the
Yeah.
first floor.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys make your way back to the entrance. There's a set of double doors in the north wall that led to a large hallway going north. Mm-hmm. So as you guys get to those doors, open them up, you see that 2 sets of double doors against the east wall, another single door in the northeast corner of that corridor, a set of double doors at the far end of the corridor, and 2 single doors against the west wall, about 50 feet apart.
I don't think I'm interested in the doors on the side.
Yeah,
I'm aiming
let's-
for the main north one.
We could maybe look at it later, but I think right now we go through the double doors at the far end to try and find this person.
We gotta get to her before she's dead.
Oust, I have terrible news for you.
What's that? Is the door locked?
You know what? We'll get to the road when we do.
Okay, so let's put everybody on the map up by where you are, so I could draw this room for you.
Just by the door?
Yeah.
You didn't think we were gonna go through here.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of doors.
There's 3 doors right here. 1, 2, 3.
Not in the direction I wanted them to
Oh.
be.
As you open these double doors, you see several moldy cots strewn around this room. Judging from the rest of this room's decor, this must have been the prison's infirmary. Against the west wall, there are 3 separate doors, each one hanging slightly askew.
All right. So
Now, you guys are still out in the hallway, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll walk in and investigate the cots, see if there's anything around there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. My bad.
Is there a door?
Now we're talking.
There is a door.
There we go.
Nice.
All right.
There's a door in the northeast corner as well.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. So
My notes. Helps if I read them.
Oust, you're gonna go check out the cots.
Yeah.
Being the doctor, I'm going to see if there's any medical supplies. You know, they're probably past their point, or they've gotten even more potent.
Okay. As you enter the room, you notice that there are some cabinets against the south wall. Oust, where are you going to go? You're going to check out what?
The cots, see if there's anything by them, near them, on top of them, anything worthwhile.
Wait, you moved Talos. That's
I don't know who the fuck the... No, I
no,
didn't.
no, no, no.
Oh.
That's there we go.
Whatever.
He's the one that looks like a plague doctor.
Erwin,
He's the one you painted.
Erwin, are you going to hang in the hallway? What are you going to do?
What is this thing in the west corner?
It looks to be another cot just askew off in the corner.
Okay. Sure, I'll check that out.
Okay. Tell us you're just going to hang in the back.
Talos is going to go basically beeline to the northeast door and kind of crack it open to take a peek, but that's it.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Oust, as you draw closer to one of the cots, you notice that this charred skeleton starts to shudder and shake and rise up from its resting place. And let's roll some initiative.
Fucking skeletons.
Spooky.
Just one skeleton? Man,
Just one.
We should have stayed up here. So relaxing.
Probably should have explored the whole first floor before we went down to the
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Well, you give us a pit. Like, what are you gonna?
Hindsight is 20.
Talos,
22.
Doctor,
12.
Erwin,
6.
Oust.
11.
So Talos, you see this charred skeleton begin to rise up from the cot right next to Oust from your position at the door. What would you like to do?
Yeah. So Talos is looking to open the door, and then he sees from the corner of his eye the skeleton rise up, and he immediately shoots out a ray of frost.
Okay.
That is probably going to miss. That is 8 to hit.
That will miss. The Doctor.
So I'm going to fire Sacred Flame at the skeleton rising up from the cot. So I believe that's Dex save?
Dex save.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But
The hard 20.
So it goes flying past him and hits the wall.
Oust.
Is he right next to me?
He is right next
He's
to
in your
you.
grill.
He's up in my grill. I am going to produce my Thorn Whip and attack him with it. 13 to hit.
13 hits.
All right. Oh, sorry. Wrong dice. This will make a difference.
You sorted them and you clumped them all back
I
together.
did. For 8 points of damage.
8 points. You see its bones begin to illuminate
Great.
as it
Oh,
raises
no.
its hand, and you see a rusted manacle on its wrist, and it comes down to club you with it. 10's probably going to miss.
It will.
Erwin.
I'm going to take out my crossbow and try to hit it with an arrow. Just a regular arrow, and I miss.
Okay.
Rolling good today, boys.
Yep.
Talos.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we underestimated this single skeleton and his ability to dodge.
Well, he's starting to glow. It's like the legendary enemies from Fallout 4. Oh, fuck, it's evolving.
This is the tutorial skeleton that's supposed to teach us about the ones down in the fucking
Before we get
pit.
like 3 of them.
Okay. Talos again, Ray of Frost. Better, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. 1 whole point of cold damage.
1 point of cold damage.
I'd like to say damage is damage.
And it immediately erupts into flames.
What the fuck?
Doctor, you see this flaming skeleton standing right next to Oust.
Yeah. I'm going to Sacred Flame at him again. Give him the good old Hadouken.
Okay.
God damn it.
19.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oust.
Again, slashing at him.
Okay.
That's going to miss.
Oh
That
my
is a
God.
6.
6 will miss.
We're getting schooled by a single skeleton.
As you stand there, you take 3 points of fire damage, and he attempts to club you again. With the hard 20. Yeah, backing it up.
It's just one skeleton.
And that'll back up. So 10 points of damage as you feel this
Oh my God.
bludgeoning just come across, just slapping you with the bell head. Erwin.
I'm going to try to shoot off another arrow. 11.
11 will miss. Talos.
Ooh,
Shit's getting out of hand. You guys are in a good place to die. At least it's the infirmary.
I fucking missed.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Did anybody warm up their dice tonight?
I tried.
I did.
Doctor.
Well, the problem is with, again, Sacred Flame.
Again.
The problem is Brian's been warming up his dice.
12.
Yes,
Oh,
finally.
good.
Okay.
Good, good.
He's been sitting here.
Thank
just-
God it's a cantrip. Don't get to add anything. 3 points of radiant
3
damage.
points.
And he's
But
dead.
radiant damage.
He's still moving.
Oh, no.
Oust.
Slashing again.
All right.
That one's going to hit. That is 16 to hit
16 will hit.
for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, and I need for you to make a dex save
Good.
as this thing
Well, bad, but-
explodes.
That is a 19.
19. You see these charred, flaming bones burst out, and you dodge out of the way as these things
lot harder than
Only
it should have
taking a lot,
been.
yeah. Only taking half damage of a lot of shit. Jesus, that was what? I took
Took a
13
lot.
points of
A
damage.
shit ton of damage.
Okay.
All right. So, Doctor, as you were going through the cabinet before this was so interrupted, you do find 2 vials in there. They're very reminiscent of those healing potions that you had ingested not long ago.
Okay.
But you don't know how long they've been in there for.
Good. I'll just store those in my other vials for now.
The rest of the stuff is for treating like abrasions and cuts and burns and
I
stuff.
was going to say burns.
Yeah.
You got anything for burns
You
in
want
there?
anything in there?
You got some ointment?
So yeah, I'll just take the vials. Everything else is definitely past the expiration date. All the salves have just turned into either hard resin or powder.
Okay. What would you guys like to do?
Go through the door. Mm-hmm. Go through the door to the northeast, where Talos is hanging out.
Yeah.
I actually need to draw this over here.
I didn't think we were going that way, did you?
I did a couple weeks ago. But what do I know, huh? Let's see.
It might be where we want to be.
I'm sorry. I need to,
Hopefully.
I need to
Close
flip
to
the
it.
page.
Who you telling shit?
What?
Don't talk to me like
The
that.
fuck up.
Don't you sass me.
All right.
There's also a decent amount of rubble on this side. Because there was a door that we unlocked, but there was too much rubble for it to open up. Which doesn't make things easier, I'm just saying.
Okay, as you guys enter this room, you notice a huge stone furnace dominates this room, large enough for a child to climb inside.
That's an oddly specific thing to say.
Jesus.
Child for scale.
An ancient fire has burned away the entire east wall of the room, providing a panoramic, if eerie, view of the lake beyond. That same lake has gradually expanded into the room and flooded the eastern half. So imagine this room is over here. And if you remember when you were in the second floor, this is part of that.
So we're like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that's where
where
we
you
are.
guys are. Exactly.
Is there anything else here, or is it just that,
This large furnace and a
that,
door over
that
here.
child-sized furnace?
You do notice that there appears to be something written over the furnace itself, though.
Oh,
work will set you free.
yeah. Can we read it? Is it in common or?
It's slightly covered with soot on a copper plaque.
Oh, okay. I guess try and
Wipe it down.
wipe it up, wipe it away.
As you wipe it down, you see the words Ember Maw. Oust, go ahead and make a history check.
Negative
It is
goes
a
there.
6.
It sounds familiar, but you can't place where you heard this name from. As you're staring at it, you begin to hear this rumbling, a voice emanate from the furnace itself.
Oh, fuck.
You cowards! My fear was not enough, and that you had to keep your threat to burning me alive. Oh, you cowards! How little respect you have for human life, even a particularly troubled lifer named Benjamin Eriska. Revenge! Benjamin will have revenge. And who's standing in front of that furnace right now?
I said I was gonna wipe away the soot, so I assume me.
Benjamin, we found him.
Benjamin, you're
Doc!
fucking gonna get it.
Freddy Krueger.
You guys have gone so far off.
Off the rails. Loose cannons.
Totally. You see this scorching blast of fire come out of this thing, and I need for you to make a dex save.
21.
You see this fire blast past you. So we're going to roll some initiative between you and old Ember Maw.
Amber Maw?
Ember Maw. Talos.
8.
Doctor.
16.
Okay, you and I need to roll off. Actually, you're going to go first because you have a dex. I don't have a dex.
I have 0 decks.
Okay, we're going to roll off. Hard 20.
Jesus.
Shit.
6.
6. Okay. Oust.
Non-natural 20.
Irwin.
2.
I didn't think it could get
I
worse.
didn't think that was going to happen.
Oust, you see this gout of flame, almost like a giant tendril, like a whip, come lash out at Talos as he's wiping off the suit off this plaque. What would you like to do?
Piss my pants and run.
I learned from my past experience, book it. And where's this creature? Just in front of Talos?
It appears to be coming out of the furnace itself. As you look on, you notice that the furnace itself starts to take on a skeletal face.
So,
Gunning for the face, I'm going
I'm going to come on that fucking face.
to gunning.
Oh,
Eh.
whatever.
Going to try to slash at it with my thorn whip. That is... sorry, I'm totally out of it. 11.
11 will miss. Going around the table, Irwin with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry.
The doctor, you see this tendril of flame lash out at you, and I need for you to make a dex save as well.
10.
10. As you are struck
Jesus
with this
Christ.
flame.
Fuck.
Maybe fewer dice.
That's 20.
It is 20.
Oh, fuck.
What? I thought it was not going to get worse than the years.
I know. I thought we were taking the first level for...
Doctor,
easy.
what are you going to do now that you've taken this damage?
Maybe we should go back underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I take that and as, I'm pretty much on fire, say, good luck, boys, and I am going to leave the room.
Which door would you like to go through?
The one I came through, so I'm going back to the infirmary.
Okay, back
Good
into the infirmary.
decision.
Fuck that,
Jesus.
dude. 20 points?
Talos.
Haunt siphon. I'm opening up a haunt siphon.
Okay. What do I have to do?
Um,
Gotta make a save, correct?
Is it a save? Oh crap! That's the one page I didn't bring up.
You? Look, look at all these. Look like a.
Oh, you don't have to roll anything. I do 3d6 points of damage.
Oh, okay, great.
Eh, 11 points of damage.
11. It's still cooking along.
and-
No pun intended.
I move towards the door.
Towards the door.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Irwin.
After seeing the doctor get hit and booking it, I'm going to follow suit and I'm going to dash out back to where we came from.
Okay. Oust.
Is everyone clear of the door? I think that would have been important to
Benjen must
clarify.
have his revenge.
Fuck you, Engine.
Benjen.
Who's
Fuck you,
Benjen?
Benjen, he was murdered in this place.
Yeah.
The doc and I slightly briefed you in the situation room.
Is
AKA
he someone we
send
should be, exercising from this place?
Should be. Oh, actually, we know about him. We were going to investigate with the sheriff, but right now, knowing the damage that he's doing with us, he doesn't want to talk.
Can you create a lot of water?
Actually,
In
I
his
can't.
pants, probably. It's like,
I already
fuck
created
this.
it. I already created that towel. Shit.
Maybe like a 5x5 cube of water.
Is this perception? Is this magical fire? I'm sure it probably is because there's nothing lit in the infirmary, right?
It's not magical. It's almost as though it's imbued with a haunt of some type. Especially judging by how much damage it took when Talos used the haunt siphon. By the way, make sure you tick those off.
Oh, yeah. I ticked one off already, but I have to take off this one that we just used.
Okay, I have a haunt vial as well. So
Okay, roll 3d6.
Oh, nice catch.
that is 5. 5 points of damage.
Whoa.
You see the flames in the furnace are still going, still alive.
And I am going to use my move action to try to...
Okay. So is everybody out of the room at this time then?
I'm not out of the room yet.
Okay. Make a dex save.
19.
19. As you see this lash of flame streak past you,
Hey, Benjamin, is there anything we can bring you?
cowards! You fucking cowards!
Is there anything we can bring you to bring you peace in the afterlife?
cocksucker, Hawkran.
Hawkran, okay. Wait for
Okay.
us here. We may have something for you.
What do you have?
I don't have it right now.
You don't have it right now?
We'll have to
Or
go to his
him.
corpse.
Doctor.
Okay, so from where I'm standing, are you making your way back towards us?
Yeah, I was getting out.
Okay, so as everyone's gathering up in the infirmary again, I'm going to do prayer of healing for everybody.
Okay.
Well, who's hit? You're hit. I'm hit.
I'm not hit. No.
You're
I'm
not
actually
hit.
not hit.
The monk is not hit.
I know.
What the?
What?
I'm going to have to do it just because, well, you know what?
Maybe you have I don't know if you have a better heal for just yourself.
No, I'll save that one.
You just got 2 healing potions.
Yeah, so I'll use one of the, okay, well, I have lesser restoration. That's not healing, right?
No, you have I think 3 cure moderate wounds.
I have remove disease, lesser restoration.
Does he have 3 or did we take one?
That's what I got from the...
He just found 2 here, and we
Right.
gave him 1
Oh, okay.
over here in the
Well, no, because the blue
Oh.
one was lesser restoration and the gray ones were remove disease.
Yeah, but we also got 4 cure moderate wounds, and we passed
Oh,
one out to
yeah.
everyone.
Okay, so I'll just use that now, and that is D6?
I think it's a 2D. Is it 2D8? I thought it was really good. I don't know.
Lesser restoration is 2d8 plus 2.
2d8 plus 2. So it's the same thing if I did prayer of healing, but just for myself.
Yeah.
Get fucked, ass.
Oh, snap.
Nice. So that's 10, so at least
Whatever. I'll cure myself. I prepped that one this time.
I'm just over half. Cool.
Jesus Christ. 4D6.
Okay, so that's it. I used my vial.
Okay. So the door is now closed behind you, I'm assuming, or is it not?
Yeah, once everyone's through, because I was the first one through, I'll slam the door.
Did anyone happen to take
Damage?
well, no, I saw that. Did anyone happen to take Sheriff Hochran's placard with them?
You mean Warden Hawkran?
Warden Hochran.
I don't think we did because
I don't think so. Yeah.
Because I told you guys not to touch anything, and then we booked it.
I was afraid not. He seems very upset with the sheriff. If we had it, maybe we could prove or anything of the sheriff's. Maybe we could cremate his body there. That might appease the flames.
We could go back and grab.
I'm not 100% sure I want to go down and see that.
I was
going to
say the ooze is down there, though.
All right.
Let me remind you, the ooze is there.
Anyway, the
Uzi 9mm.
Well, we can send Otto down there to maybe check and see if it's still there.
I don't know. He had trouble
Picking up a
Fuck,
vial.
that was
carrying a small,
Yeah.
carrying a small,
Money, please.
carrying a small vial.
he
He
hasn't
had
done it
trouble.
yet.
I'm not convinced that he has the strength
Or the
to.
ability.
And I say this while like Otto's listening. Hopefully, like it goats him into trying to do it. I don't know if he has the strength to like carry like a placard about this.
Not
What
so
about
much
that-
that. Do you remember what you did? You
What?
closed the door.
Oh yeah, we did close the door.
Yeah, that's gonna because there's
I think the
that
owl's
or
smart enough to open it. I mean, he
Well,
could just land on.
Does he have the
well,
dexterity?
there's that. There's also what
Do you
was
have
it that
spare
you did?
owls?
That servant thing you did
do.
when you stole the
Oh, we have to get way closer to do that.
I know that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like if you were like peeking your head around the door, would that count, or is the ooze gonna start?
I could draw the dungeon.
Last I
again
saw,
for
the
you.
ooze was getting through underneath the door, so we might not even be on that side of the door anymore. We really only
Who
did to
knows,
slow him
yeah.
down.
Pass.
Fuck those.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna need to
Benchy in
go
a
back
little.
down there at some point in time. It doesn't have to
Because
be now.
there's other ways we can go too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think let's
I think
find
our main focus is trying to find the Splatter Man to prevent him from writing.
Well, we got to
the
find
Soriana's
this.
name. We gotta find
Whoever
this.
this is that was talking to you through the Ouija board.
I mean, I have a guess as to who it is, but I can't say for sure. I'm hoping it's the sheriff. I almost said sheriff. The warden's wife, the Soriana.
Soriana.
Can I
I
see
was
your-
thinking the same thing.
Can I see your character sheet for a second?
You could try
You
asking
want to
her
give him
on the
more
Ouija
HP?
board.
Everybody make an insight check.
Yeah, I got a lot in this.
Erwin,
14.
14. Doctor,
18.
Talos,
16.
19.
19.
Nice. We all
Those of
did
you
pretty
with
good.
15 and above,
Oh, damn it.
sorry, that's usually my house thing. Everybody with 15 and above, you did not hear the whistle last night coming from the memorial.
Means no one's dead, and maybe no one wrote a letter.
We could chalk it up to luck, but I'm not gonna. Based on one night, I'm not gonna make the assumption that we're in the clear now.
I wouldn't say we're in the clear, but maybe our presence here is
Doing something. That'd be
disturbing
The
the
force?
concentration. The force,
the
yeah.
force. It is
Right.
good. That is good to think about.
The Force?
Well, yeah.
Baby Yoda.
He only takes one flush.
All right. We gotta head. Let's head east.
So
I mean, sorry, west.
Go west.
Yeah.
So we're back into...
we make our way back into the long corridor,
Okay.
and then as we're coming south through the double doors, first door on the right, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
From our perspective,
Yeah.
heading south.
First door on the west. The west side.
See?
I was waiting for it.
Those haunt vials are done once they've been used, right?
Yes, but we can actually use them as grenades after they've been expended once. They're not that strong, but it's worth, I guess, chucking every once in a while.
I mean,
like
it makes my bag a little lighter. And 1 or 2 hit points might make the difference.
Okay, as you enter into this doorway, you notice that this is a larger part of the prison that seems to have many modular pieces within, like rooms that are modular within the larger structure. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm.
Like cell blocks or something different?
Well, I'm going to show you right now because it'll make more sense.
Okay.
And are they like closed off rooms, or can we like peer into them from where?
They're closed off.
Okay.
Well, we found the missing body off that transcript that we found. I'm going to take a wild guess. Benji was sleeping with the warden's wife. That's why he murdered him. He didn't get the sheriff to sign off.
You mean the warden to sign off?
No, the warden. I think the warden signed off.
No. Wait, who signed off? I thought it was missing.
It was missing a signature.
Yeah, I thought it was missing Hochgren's signature. Dude, this is a wild map.
'Cause
Okay,
this-
so I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm assuming because Sheriff Hochgren, Warden Hochgren, is it his dad or like grandpa or great grandfather?
Wait, what was the sheriff's name again?
Kaler.
Well, yeah.
It's
Kaler.
Kaler.
Oh, that's right.
Sheriff Kaler.
L. Hochgren was the
Jim Kaler, that was his name, right?
L. Hochgren was the signatures on the.
Was it?
It was Jim Kaler.
I
They
didn't know if I knew his
by the
first name.
pictures, that's what I thought they looked like.
Oh, okay.
I was given a lot of leniency with that. So, that's what I chose with.
Right.
Sheriff Killer.
So as you see, this portion of the prison is extremely modular. There's a central structure that looks like it has a door that leads into it. That's further down to the southeast. There's more doors, obviously, because that's what the people at Paizo wanted to do.
Are there signs on any of the doors?
One,
Oh, please.
but you got to get close to it. You got to find that door.
I'm all right. Looking for a door with a sign.
Okay.
Walking around until I find it.
As you come to the door that's against the south. Sorry, hold on a sec.
What is that?
Oh man, upgraded the room to a suite.
Woo! You know how Alice likes sweets.
You see that this one is titled.
For the
The
love of God.
champagne room.
For the love of God. Please be workshop.
I just had my pay.
Please.
It says chapel.
Fuck. All right. Ignore that door.
Yeah, pass.
That's gonna be a fucking haunt.
That's
But you notice that this door is actually partially off of its hinges.
what is the likelihood that that Father Charlatan is in the chapel?
It'd be the most logical place that he would.
I mean, it'd be lazy writing, but
Yeah.
it would make the most sense.
I know. So I'm not going in there. Not yet. Not until we find this person.
I mean, it'd be nice. I have this. All these charms are stuck together and are pretty much just weighing down my wrist.
Let's open these doors and find out what's up over there.
Okay, tell me which doors you want to go to.
Do we each want to just peek a door?
Let's all peek into doors.
Grab
right.
a door peek.
We're just gonna give a good old peek.
I'll take the middle door.
All right, I will take the one over here closest.
Is that a door in
this
the
one?
north?
No,
I'll take
that's
in
the
the
one.
Yeah,
north.
there's 2 more doors, so
Then
take
yeah, I'll
one
take
at
the
the-
one in the far west.
Okay.
TPK.
Yeah. We split the party
You
again. I like
you
this.
initiate 4 combats.
Fuck. Shut
Oust.
the door.
Let's go with you first, Oust.
All right.
So as I find what that room has.
Oh man.
Be flipping back and forth through pages.
No
now.
shit, guys.
I like that this episode's all about coming up with creative ways to annoy Brian.
Unintentional.
Every note
Oh,
that I've
it's a little bit
created for
intentional.
this entire book 1, I have in front of me at this point. This is gonna be,
He has,
a heavy
he has
edit.
4 stacks of different stapled together papers.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Well, like I said, Eric, you broke the game.
Not yet.
It's getting close to it. Fine, fuck you. The door's locked, Oust. There, problem solved. No. As you open
Let's
this,
switch doors.
as you open this door, Oust, you are just immediately struck in the face by this gnarly stench, very reminiscent of the privy that you opened previously. And it is one of those, in fact. Just another stinking large shitter.
Shitter's full, honey. Oh, that's right, honey. Check our shitters.
I mean, this is definitely...
This is a good place to find like a.
Oh, it's like a Roman bathhouse shitter.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
totally...
You can fit 10 of the boys in there at once.
Oh man.
I was gonna say produce flame to see in there, but that probably kaboom.
Talos.
Fire number
You
2.
start a second
Yeah,
fire.
exactly. Fire number 2.
All right, hang on a second. I gotta
The
draw
Great
this one
Fire
out.
of Harrowstone of 47.
That's how it started out.
Someone lit a match.
Yeah, they didn't pay the guy to come and clean out the septic tanks. Someone went in the middle of the night.
Talos, as you open this door, you see several...
Severed.
Severally?
Severed. You see several rusty iron tubs that sit in this room, along with washboards and metal buckets and heaps of moldy clothing. Appears to be all strewn about. You see that there's a large opening to the north. Appears to look out onto the northern structure of the grounds themselves.
It's not like a door. It's just like a hole in the wall.
At one point, it had bars.
Oh, okay.
You get the idea that this is probably one of the barred areas where they had prisoners that went in there and they were...
Work release.
Thank you, exactly. I'm unfamiliar with that portion, Eric.
I'm going to relay. I don't think this is it.
But that's all you can see from your position at the door.
Okay.
Let's just figure out what we got and then choose our fate.
Doc,
What's behind door number 3?
I gotta scroll back here.
It's 50% chance that we're going to find it now.
Tell us what he won.
Doc, the door to this room is locked. Of all the doors you've encountered, in fact, this is the only one that has been locked.
Call out there when I was doors locked.
Oh.
Can't do anything about it.
All right.
It's locked.
I'm going to start walking
It's
over.
locked. I know.
I'm going to start walking over.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to use the Masterwork Thieves tools to pick it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Man, I forgot we picked that up.
Fuck. That is not great. It is a 13.
13. As you insert these tools, you hear the lock click, but then it just crumbles out of this rotted door.
Fuck.
Just falls down to the ground. That's it. You notice that the door appears to be swollen slightly in the jamb, but it is completely rotted.
Thank God I did not cast knock.
Door would have just exploded. Okay, so after Talos tries to pick the lock and it falls through, I'm going to peep through that hole in the door, see if I can see anything on the other side.
Okay.
Doc, while you're at it, check for a hole in the wall. The last room I was in has a hole. Maybe we can come in that way.
As you peek through this little hole, you just notice there are tangled mounds of moth-eaten fabric all about the floor, on several wooden tables as well. There's a few workbenches, but beyond that, the scope of what you're looking at this room through is just too narrow.
I see a couple work areas and a bunch of fabric around. Maybe some kind of seamstress's room, or
Wouldn't happen to look like a workshop,
Oh,
does
yeah.
it?
depends on your definition of workshop.
All right. Well,
Sweat
Could be a
shop?
sweatshop. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bunch of tables and fabric everywhere.
There's no little Chinese children in there.
There's not any Chinese children or Eastern European women in there, so I can't tell.
I saw a bunch of sneakers with swooshes on them. I can't be certain though.
What would you like to do?
That was good.
It's still Erwin's got to see what's next.
Okay,
Yeah, I might as well just check the last one.
Erwin,
Yes.
the door to this is unlocked.
Okay. I like to just peek inside, see if I can see anything of anything worthwhile.
You see that this room,
Yeah, you want to try filling this in? Yeah, I think that's this.
Yeah. 'Cause
this,
that's
yeah, that's that area.
But we don't see any holes here.
no.
I think my scale is maybe a little off. I think it's because of the map, not the artist. The artist, formerly known as Map. This stark room contains a low stone bench against the north wall and a ruined desk to the west that sits under 3 narrow barred windows. An old brass brazier lies on its side to the south, surrounded by several rusty branding irons. Each brand has a different letter and number on them. Go and make a perception check.
Very familiar to what we saw last time.
10.
10. Although you can't place it, you get this stench that's very heavy in the air, very reminiscent of when the doctor took 20 hit points of damage.
Oh, shit.
Thank God I'm level 3. That
And
would have
as
killed
you-
a level 2.
As you linger in the doorway, you see these brands begin to rise up from the floor. Their tips begin to glow. And I need you to make a con save
Of course,
as
it's
these
Erwin's
things
door.
come across
Of
you.
course.
Nice.
22.
22.
Ooh.
As these things still come across to attack you. Hard 20.
What the fuck?
That one will miss. That one will miss.
How many branding irons are there?
There's 4 of them. The first one does 3 points of damage, and the other one does 5 points of damage as these branding irons strike at you, but do not leave a mark. You see them, after they strike you, go dormant and cold on the ground.
It's all that.
That might not be good.
It's preferable to what the previous state they were in.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you shouted out in pain, so I'll turn and look
Yeah.
down the corridor. What are you shouting about?
These iron brands just shot across the room, and 2 of them hit me. But I don't see any marks on me, but
Have you been drinking? Or have you stopped drinking? Either one might be a problem.
Did you give him those potions that you found in that room?
No, not
They
yet.
might have been expired.
but the tips were glowing, and now they're not.
Just the tip?
Just
Just
the
a
tip.
tip. From where I'm standing, they look like they're stone cold.
But I felt it. I felt the heat. I felt it brand me, but no. There's no mark on me or anything.
Peculiar.
Are there any the spots in which they branded you? Is the oil gone or?
Dried up?
The oil is there. It's always there.
The oil's there.
All right,
I don't even think he applies it. He just secretes it.
it's just a secretion.
So many years of oiling, it's just built up.
It's a medical condition.
Alice wants to walk over and inspect these branding irons.
Okay.
Not touching them, just inspecting them, see if they look familiar, match up to the ones maybe from the other room.
The 4 of them. Oh, go ahead.
Well, if you're going to give me the information,
Yeah.
go for it.
Well, hold on. Let me give you some information first before you make your roll. You notice that each one of these is comprised of a letter and 3 numbers.
Okay, so
Very inefficient.
Yeah, so you told us the same thing you told us like 5 minutes ago. Okay,
What?
you did tell us. You told us they had numbers and letters on them.
I did?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Well,
You said
Unless I
something about
guessed.
letters and numbers. I didn't know
Oh.
exactly what was going on there.
Okay, seeing what letters and numbers they are. What do you want me to roll for investigation or?
I feel like you could
Why
read
don't you
out.
tell
I can
me
read it.
what you want to roll
I feel
for?
like you don't even need to read, man.
I know.
Here, let me give
Unless
you my
you're
notes.
playing an illiterate character.
Oh, this ain't Rafu anymore. He knows how to read.
I mean, you're just trying
Yeah.
to see what letters are in there.
I'm nearsighted. I got to put my face up next to it.
Hold on, I don't have my glasses.
If you're trying to compare those numbers to what you recollect from the other numbers, they are not the same numbers.
Okay.
But the pattern is similar. It's a letter followed by 3 numbers.
Okay.
Do we know what numbers?
Sure.
Because we assume that
There's
we
a
have.
C182, C008, A226, and B198.
Oh, so all these have. Okay.
I don't even know why I really wrote them down.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm counting on Oust.
Well, because. Sorry, I honestly thought they were like. Like branding iron C, branding iron 1, branding
Yeah.
iron 2.
Oh, like
This-
you thought. Okay.
I didn't think they were like a stamp where it actually had. So
Yeah.
It's an actual code on it.
it's
yeah.
a code. So
Make a
they're-
history check.
These guys have a huge inefficiency in regards to branding people.
Every time someone new comes in, make that new brand.
Exactly. 14.
14,
I'll help out. 16.
16. Oust, you don't pick up on this, but Doctor, you know that there are several wings to this building.
Oh, it's probably
Where they're-
some
probably it's a
designation
wing.
where
Yeah.
they're supposed to be or where they're kept. Whatever cell block.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That makes
There you
sense.
go. Now I'll give you one of those for that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God I know the penal system.
I thought it was going to be like inmate number or something like that. That's why I thought they had like different,
No, they just
singles.
use tattoos for that.
Well,
Most
I was gonna-
likely,
I was
when you're
gonna-
stuck in a place, you're not moved around.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, basically whatever pen you're supposed to be in.
You're in it. You're in that district.
Let's check out this room.
Which room?
The one
This
that
branding-
Irwin's room.
I was going to call it the
Alright.
branding room for
They
now.
have, they have a rune.
Well,
you said there's a
been two
rune
rooms
table.
that we found branding stuff.
Oh, you found another one?
Yeah, you were passed out. You
Oh.
weren't feeling well. You took some NyQuil.
Fun. It wasn't NyQuil.
You never explained what that was.
Don't worry about it.
I might want some.
You need trouble sleeping. That's why, like in Game of Thrones, you're like, oh yeah, it does. It's the milk of the poppy. Yeah, just give them just straight up fucking morphine. Just go to sleep.
I don't sleep, but I
looking
trance in
in
the
this-
nude.
All right, trans nude. So looking in that room, you notice that there's the large stone bench against the north wall, desk to the west, and the large branding pit to the south that has other branding irons that haven't been coupled yet with letters or numbers.
Okay.
It's like a BDSM chamber.
Well, you should have seen the one we saw
that one had a lot more
underneath
cool
the
stuff in it.
prison. Yeah, Talos wants to investigate the desk.
Doc's gonna hang out in the hallway for now.
So you're looking in the desk. You notice there are several pages in there, and most of them have the names. The ones that have survived the fire have names, and then beside the names are numbers. Like their numerical code.
Okay. Sorry, what was this again?
That was the desk.
I thought I don't.
That's
I,
the stone bench.
Okay, then I guess I'll investigate the stone bench to see. What is it? Just an empty bench at this point, or?
It's a large. The stone bench itself, you see that that's probably where they put these things together.
Oh, okay.
So you see a bunch of pokers, you see a bunch of numbers that look like they can hinge into the pokers themselves and create whatever skew number they need for the prisoner comes across.
Special occasion customers.
Do any of you see anything worthwhile in here?
You actually do. You see the 4 branding irons begin to rise up again. How are your D20, Oust?
Give him your shittiest
He
one.
gets all pissed. He's going to touch him. So I believe one of them will strike at you, Talos.
I'm in the room as well.
What's the to hit?
But it's only to him, though. Well, it's going to be 18 to hit.
Fuck, my AC 17.
For 6 points of damage, and I need for you to make that same save as well.
Nope.
You notice on your skin where this branding iron has touched you is the number B.
Well, actually, one thing. The damage was not enough to get through my arcane ward. Does that mean it touched me?
You didn't get damaged?
I didn't take damage. My arcane ward took the damage, and there's still...
Did you fail the con
I failed
save?
the con save.
So you still take the
Okay.
branding.
Okay.
It says B198.
B198. Okay.
What are you looking for, man?
I dropped my pencil somewhere.
Oh, here.
I was like... I literally marked off 2 things. And I can't find my pencil
I
anymore.
thought it earlier like rolled off.
Okay. That was a painless brand.
Yeah, it just
It
appears.
just appears on me.
Yes.
Doctor, it appears we need medical aid.
Not to be confused with Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
I don't stock Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. All I got is Flavor Aid. Got to save.
Is it just
Case
gone?
of the disappearing pencil.
No, it'll turn up later.
It just
Dude, I seriously,
vanished.
like,
When we
saw,
break
like-
this shit down, it'll turn up.
It'll
Yeah.
turn up.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
Blast the brands with a ray of frost. Because
Oh, by the way, they went dormant
Yeah, they
again.
went
Oh,
dormant
okay.
again.
As soon as they did their thing,
You should take out the spirit board.
they go down. They go dormant.
I mean, I could take out the spirit board, but they just started branding me when I got the board out. They're clearly haunted. Is there any way we can?
Want to waste another haunt siphon? I mean, use another haunt siphon.
Hey, have you tried using that hammer? Maybe we can like break these.
Actually, seeing that happen, I actually want to go over and tell us. Can I see the branding
On him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could recognize the numbers.
Well, you want to call him by that for now on?
Maybe later. But I also want to.
B198.
I actually want to go outside the room, and since he's still investigating, can I go back through my book and check the roster and see what inmates were stored in that cell block now that we kind of correlated that it's...
Okay. It'll probably take you some time to go through it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
probably pretty big ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
And a lot of it's been damaged partially, too.
Okay.
So
it's good. Good
Can
idea,
I-
though.
All right.
Can I go out through these openings?
no, they're too narrow.
They're too narrow.
And these have bars on them as well.
Okay. Then I'm gonna leave the room.
Okay. So you managed to get in 2 rooms, 3 rooms, actually, if you include the shitter.
Shitters. Oh.
You looked into what was the chapel. You opened up partially this one particular room where the door was all rotted, but you didn't open the door itself.
Yeah.
There's one door left.
Yeah. That's
Check it out while we're here.
Yeah, it's
Not
like-
the chapel, but
this one.
yes.
Yeah.
The door across from the chapel.
Okay.
Because fuck opening that door.
Yeah.
This chamber is just in shambles. Old wooden benches lie in ruins along the walls. White, rusty chains and bits of rotten rope lie scattered about the floor.
This
You see bones on the floor with manacles upon them. Who's looking in the room?
I am.
Yeah, I guess-
Talos is.
I need for both of you to make a charisma save.
Whoa, that's odd. Nope.
Ooh, that's not bad. Especially since I got +0. 17.
17. Talos, what'd you get?
Flat 10.
You just feel this overwhelming sense of shame and anger from this room.
Does he cry?
Well, I'll tell you what he does do. As he takes all this in, you see the manacles and bones begin to rise from the floor and conjoin into 3 skeletons.
Close the door, Talos. Close the door.
How many?
And
we
let's
can't
just
keep
do
running.
this shit again, guys.
We can't keep running.
Talos,
13.
Doctor,
12.
Irwin,
7.
Oust.
22.
Wasting that roll.
I know, right?
Oust, you're on top again.
I'm a top.
So, Oust, you see these 3 skeletons begin to conjoin together, rise up from the floor.
And when we say conjoin together, you mean like assemble, or do you mean like there's like
Transformers,
three skeletons,
Mecha
No,
skeleton.
they're putting themselves
like a
individually.
Chinese twin skeleton?
sounds really cool.
A Chinese.
No, not that though.
All right.
That's
but
on
can
another,
we,
that's on another level. But they do each individually put themselves back together and begin to rise up from the floor. Oust, go and make a perception check as you see them start to move towards your party.
Fuckers. That is a 22.
22, even though their skin has been removed, you can see upon the breastbone what appears to be a branding number on each of these skeletons. Yes. Although it is faded and almost illegible, you can tell that these skeletons have been branded.
And what would that branding number be?
dude?
Oh, you'll have to spend a little time in the investigation, Oust. You want to take your turn to investigate? That's totally cool.
Hold still.
I mean,
How many numbers do you need, Oust?
I need 4.
Until you're
I need
satisfied.
4. Since I can't really do anything because I'm outside the door and everyone's kind of in the doorway.
You can move through allies.
Yeah.
I don't
You just
want
can't
to.
remain in their square.
That's okay. I'll
just
actually.
said-
Okay,
What?
I'll hang out here.
Yeah.
Remember, this guy
I'll be
fucked you out of 2d8.2.
I actually want to spend the time and actually see if I could look at the number.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't see it.
Talos.
God. Ray of Frost on the first skeleton that I see, and then I am retreating through the door after that. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. 3 points of cold damage.
3 points. All right. Doctor.
Okay, so I'm looking at 3 of them. The one on the far left. Was it a double door? I'm still blocking the door.
It's a single door.
Okay. I'm just going to move up to the skeleton closest to me to open up the doorway for everybody else.
Alrighty.
Pull out my doctor staff and try and whack it and miss.
Oh, jeez. Irwin.
I'm going to take out my longsword and run up to number 1, the other guy in the middle.
Okay.
I'll attack it and miss.
Fun.
Jesus.
Fuck.
But I'll use my bonus attack and do an unarmed strike,
Yeah, dude.
and I miss again. Now 1.
Now 1. Now you're right next to the doctor.
Oh, no.
Let's see if you hit the doc.
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
You're
Jesus
lucky.
Christ, I need to get rid of this dice.
So, the first skeleton next to you, Doctor, attempts to hit you with his rusted appendage.
Hit.
16 will hit for 5 points of damage. The one in front of you, Irwin, will do the same thing. I believe
Yeah, that'll hit.
that'll hit
Yeah.
for 4 points of damage. And the third one, will move forward and out into the hallway. Is that you, Talos, out there?
I'm out there, and so is
Who's in front of him right there?
the green one is Oust.
That's oust.
Okay, we'll attempt to hit Oust. 14?
14 misses.
Okay. Oust. This guy just came out of the room, said hi. What's up, motherfucker?
Dude, he's got the book out. You best be ready.
All right. Alice is going to. That skeleton moved next to me, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Right next to you.
It's right up on you, dude.
Sorry, Erwin. I ruined your plan. He's right in the doorway, right?
Look, you mean to put the book away.
You totally
How
messed
does it
up my
feel?
plan.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god.
No, you totally messed up my plan.
Get the
I know
Jeopardy music
exactly,
going.
exactly. No.
The problem is now he's so disappointed with the turn he's going to
I
take.
am.
You know, he
It's
was so
because
he
I-
built up this awesome turn in his head,
I did, and
nothing will ever live up to it again.
and Brian, you messed it up. Shoot, I am just going to attack with the Thorn Whip, and that is going to be 19 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 points of damage. And
Okay.
I'm going to use my movement to get towards Irwin.
You're gonna-
Just gonna move the adjacent square.
Inside? Yeah,
Inside.
he's blocking the door.
Is he blocking the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get through him.
Then I'm just gonna stay where I'm at
Okay.
because anything else would.
Yeah, we're
provoke.
fucked.
Yeah.
Talos.
So you kill him.
Is he in melee with me, or is he?
I don't know what square you're in.
Here.
Okay, he's in melee.
Okay. Then Talos is going to produce a sword and stab at the skeleton. Actually, slash. The stabbing is more likely to miss. This doesn't matter. He still misses.
Oh my gosh.
11 to hit.
Doctor.
How much AC can a skeleton have?
They don't have much.
All right, I'm going to try and whack him again with the Doctor Stick. That is 15 to hit,
That'll hit.
and that is for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8. Okay, good deal. Irwin.
I'm going to attack the guy with the long sword with the skeleton in front of me. I miss.
Fuck.
I'm going to spend a key point and try to use, what is that?
Flurry of blood.
Exactly. 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Finally.
Get it.
Boy.
For 3 points of damage.
3, okay.
And then another one. 18, that'll hit.
That'll hit.
For 6 points of damage.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. We're getting back on
And
track.
then,
Warming it.
as a result of that, he is going to get pushed up to the back side of the wall.
Okay.
Ooh.
Back up.
Dog. Okay, so he goes against the back of the wall. He moves back forward
Nice.
and attacks you. That'll miss. The one against the dock will miss. Fuck that die. I got 2 people. 1, 2, 3 for oust. For Talos. And miss as well.
All right.
Jeez
I like how
Louise.
this is looking.
Finally,
so far.
statistics
Oust.
are in our favor.
Right?
Hell
At the
yes.
end of the session.
Gotta
Finally.
warm these shit bricks up.
9 to hit.
Miss.
Then that's the end of my turn.
Talos.
All right. Again, slashing at him with the sword. Aha. That is more than 12. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage as you force this skeleton to just crumple to the ground.
I have good news. These do not light on fire.
That's excellent.
That's good news. Thank
That
you.
is good news.
Yes.
I was planning to
Kill
burn
them where
up.
they stand.
Doctor.
Pulling out Doctor Stick again. Taking a swing. 18 on the die.
That'll hit.
So that's 3 points of damage.
All right. Irwin.
I'm going to attack the skeleton in front of me with my longsword again. Nat 20.
Oh, yeah. Back it up.
6.
How appropriate.
Max damage.
10 points of damage.
10 points. And you watch this skeleton crumple in front of you as well.
Yeah.
This skeleton that remains has 2 targets in front of him. 1, 2, 3 for Irwin. And goes after the doctor. And misses. Oust.
You're going to enter the room, get at least 15 feet from the other skeleton, and attack.
Okay.
That is 14 to hit
That'll hit.
for 9 points of damage.
9 points. And you sink his bones as well.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Once we were all in the
Yeah,
room.
no need to panic.
So you guys are out of combat. Is there anything else you wish to do?
There's a lot of rubble in this room. We should investigate it to see if there's another body underneath there, the one that we were looking for.
Shoot. You know what?
Well,
Glad I wrote this down. I have information to share, but was it C128?
C-182.
182. Talos, let me see that mark on your... Where was it? On your chest?
I don't know. It's on.
It's like by your upper collarbone.
Okay.
his is B198.
This is B198. Talos, let me see that mark on your chest.
All right. I reluctantly pulled down my collar to show.
Got to drop your pants, too.
That's right. Turn your
why?
head and
Way
cough.
As I read his number, I compare it to the one that I saw on the skeletons. Nope.
Nope.
Not the same number.
Not the same.
All these skeletons were marked C182. So I believe this might have been a holding cell for whatever system they had for these inmates.
It was actually the induction chamber.
Ah.
Close, very good.
My induction chamber was a lot smaller.
Were you incarcerated with a bunch of flaming skeletons or just a bunch of flaming men?
No, just passed out drunks.
So what else would you like to do?
I'm good in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So it's either we go into that chapel or we try and bust down that swollen door.
We need to try and bust down the swollen door.
Yeah, I don't think there would be anything. But quick perception of the room. Anything worthwhile? Anything that catches?
Nothing at all.
Nothing?
It is
All right.
completely barren and stark within this room.
No
It's
sack lunches. No nothing.
Bologna sandwiches and carrots. Peanut butter cookies.
carrots?
Are there any Lunchables?
They don't give Lunchables.
Yeah, if only.
They even let you build your sandwich yourself.
Hey, apple. You get to trade apple or orange.
You want to try and break down that other door?
Let's try and break down this door.
Because I don't want to start something in the chapel if
No,
he's in there.
no. I think that's the workshop. So I want to get in there.
Okay.
Do we have?
We have a monk that has powerful fists.
And a hammer.
And a hammer.
And a hammer.
You got the craft hammer, huh?
the hammer, it's on crack.
Does anyone have
Crack hammer.
Does anyone have
Get the crack hammer.
Does anyone have enlarge reduce?
I don't have it studied.
Fuck.
I
I
don't
don't
think
have any
it,
illusionary spells.
I don't have it. I don't know it.
I don't have it written down. But what I do have is enhance ability. Would that give him strength? But if he has a hammer, that gives you a plus, Erwin, right? You get an advantage with the craft hammer, right?
Yes, but I think that's just if I'm crafting something.
Well, craft this motherfucker door straight. Right?
Go for it.
Is that
7.
What are we doing? What's he doing?
well?
I'm trying
I
to-
was asking if he got an advantage to. Mainly, I was just asking to see if he had an advantage on his hammer to break down this door.
I just have a +2 competence bonus on all craft checks.
With breaking down the door and using
Maybe you
that
could craft it
wood-
into
yeah.
a
It would
broken
be
door.
woodworking.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's swollen. I think we just have to figure out a way to break it. Which a hammer would work.
Wait, isn't it a metal door? It's like rusted.
No, it's
a
not a
wooden
metal
door.
door. It's just wooden.
It's
It's
wood.
wooden.
Yeah.
Because
just
he said it's swollen
rotted.
in place.
Yeah. So we could just kick it down.
I mean, look, you tried to pick the lock and the lock fell out. I can't imagine it's
Can you-
that sturdy of a door.
Can you try burning it down?
Why don't
The
we
wood's
just
wet.
why don't we
Yeah,
just
it's
kick
wet.
it?
You
or
don't
something?
That's what I'm saying. We have a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, kick it.
Okay, what are you going to do?
All right, I'm gonna karate kick it.
Oh.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Oh!
there it is.
This
Classic
door
Bruce Lead.
bursts in like it's made of balsa wood. Just you see all this dust and mites and old shit fly into the room and just crumple down to the floor.
Well, that was easy.
All right, who wants to go in first?
All right, I'll go in.
Have you been hit?
Not physically.
Like the, like the doc saw earlier, there's just tangled mounds of moth-eaten fabric sitting all over the several wooden tables. You see workbenches and various sewing tools, shears, needles, rules of thread, boxes of chalk, and other objects lie scattered about all over the floor. You can just make out an arm of what appears to be a skeleton protruding from a stained heap of machinery and fabric, and it begins to rise from underneath slowly. And as you look on, you see what appears to be an incorporeal form in the outline of the skeleton, and then it separates from the bones and begins to rise from the mound of all this shit that was covering it. This tomb. It takes on a blue aura and looks at you. You see before you this apparition of a beautiful young woman dressed in a tattered but lovely blue dress. In fact, much about this ghost is blue, including her hair, the clouds of smoke that drift from her, and the tears that run down her pale blue eyes. She looks at you and she says, "Are you the new gods sent from the town to replace the cowards who locked me in this workshop?"
We have been sent from town to clean this place up.
"I am the wife of the warden of the Harrowstone prison. My name is Visoriana Hockren." And I'll see you next session.
Ah, I knew it.
Yep.
Oh,
Right.
And Benji was
We
banging.
finally advanced the plot.
And Benji was banging it.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us that 5-star review. You could also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And be sure to check out the galleries. We got a lot of really interesting stuff posted there. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. There are ways for you to help out the show and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass full as you roll those hard 20s.
Oh, do you have my character too?
Oh, shit.
We're missing both Junior and.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Hey, where am I at? Bring my dog out.
Looking for him, damn it.
I'm looking.
Well, I had assumed that you were all going to, or that the monk was going to die, so I didn't want to put him out there. So.
That's not cool.